Hey everyone! Welcome to The Young and the Restless. I'm Jane, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Young and the Restless, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. According to rumors from The Young and the Restless, a lawyer may receive an SOS while a romantic reunion is thwarted. Two shattered brothers may also go too far, so expect some unexpected twists on the CBS soap. 1. What about Michael's emergency call and the new case? For starters, consider an SOS to one attorney in particular, Michael Baldwin. Mariah Copeland will soon need a lawyer as flashbacks show her smothering a stranger while on a business trip. Sharon Newman relied on Michael to get her out of her previous legal situation, therefore she may make an emergency call for Mariah's sake when the time comes. When Mariah's secret begins to emerge, Sharon may turn to Michael and beg him to keep her daughter out of jail. 2. Does Victoria and Nate's reunion get sabotaged? It appears that YNR is already building the basis for Victoria Newman and Nate Hastings to reunite romantically, at least once she has had time to grieve Cole Howard. However, we can think of a few persons who might try to undermine the reunion. One of them may be Audra Charles, if she loses Nate over the Kyle Abbott situation and attempts to prevent him from moving on with his former flame. Claire Newman may also go off the rails following Cole's death, possibly resenting Victoria for moving on too soon. That's the kind of thing that may bring out Claire's sneakier side and turn her into a saboteur when Victoria and Nate reunite. 3. Has Jack and Billy's feud gotten out of control? We can also see how Jack Abbott and Billy Abbott's animosity could escalate. Billy is disregarding Jack and his investment in this new firm by focusing solely on Chancellor and ignoring Abbott communications. Jack invested money in this because he wanted to give Billy something new to focus on, not to give Sally Spectra a new CEO position. That's why Jack objected to Billy and Sally's arrangement in the July 9th episode, which also included Jack's warning that Billy shouldn't swindle himself out of two enterprises. Victor Newman could easily capitalize on the Abbott family's infighting. Billy and Jack's brotherhood is fraying once more, so Victor may exacerbate their disagreement while distracting them from his own spiteful schemes. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of July 14th to 18th indicate that there will be some post-stabbing pandemonium while Kyle Abbott struggles with a sensational cover-up. Adam Newman will also make a big move with Chelsea Lawson's support, so here's what YNR fans may expect. When one partygoer is stabbed, all hell breaks loose in Nice. Will Kane Ashby face an attempt on his life, as anticipated, or will another character, such as Chance Chancellor, take the knife instead? In any case, a mystery is about to be solved. You can expect that everyone will panic and point fingers as this astonishing mystery takes center stage. Damian Kane appears to be in big trouble at first because he handled the knife that would later be used as the weapon. Damian's fingerprints may be the only ones discovered because the true offender will be wearing gloves. Will Lily Winters believe Damian is innocent, or will she begin to question Kane's warning to avoid him? Kyle may have more issues to deal with if he enters the betrayal zone with Audra Charles as planned. That could cause Kyle to panic and hope for a scandalous cover-up in the aftermath. Audra may be keen to conceal what happened because her plan appears to have gone too far. Audra's relationship with Nate Hastings may be at jeopardy in the same way that Kyle's romance with Claire Newman is. Speaking of Claire, would she have any regrets after getting too close to Holden Novak? Claire can use her sadness over Cole Howard to justify kissing Holden. Adam, on the other hand, will proceed with discretion. Adam's family is dependent on him to manage things in Genoa City and devise tactics to counter Kane's agenda. Chelsea will assist Adam in playing dirty against Kane, as this may be necessary to defeat him in the end. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Thursday, July 10th suggest that Kane Ashby will witness Lily Winters and Damian Kane's passionate moment as Victoria Newman's suffering worsens. To begin, let's take a look at what's going on in Genoa City. Danny Romalotti will go forward with his proposal, and he will dazzle Christine Blair with a huge gesture at society. Danny will drop on one knee and propose to Christine after bringing the romance and reminiscing about the woman he loves. Christine will hopefully deliver the good news Danny is searching for, since it is evident that they belong together. Over with Victoria, she'll be faced with a difficult decision that will exacerbate her agony. Victoria had already chosen the urn and discussed delaying Cole Howard's memorial until her family could return home, but more decisions may be required. While Victoria deals with more heartbreak, Lily plans something daring. According to YNR spoilers, Lily will kiss Damien and claim she is ready for something new, rather than allowing her history with Kane to weigh her down. Lily had already locked lips with Damien, but she was aware that Kane was watching. Lily won't realize Kane is spying this time, but he will see the passionate confrontation between his ex and Damien. That will make Kane furious because he clearly wants Lily back for himself. Kane needs to get Damien out of the way, thus he must decide how far he will go to do this. Damien's fingerprints are on the dagger that will be used in a stabbing shortly, thus Kane could simply set him up for criminal charges. Lily's talk of moving on from Kane will not be entirely accurate. Kane appears to be haunting Lily's dreams, leaving her with thoughts of a love reunion even if she is unable to accept it to herself just yet. According to the Young and the Restless spoilers, Kane and Lily's situation will become even more problematic in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for updates. Lawyers SOS, Sabotaged Reunion, and Two Broken Brothers Go Too Far tell a dramatic story of treachery, court fights, and the catastrophic effects of extreme familial conflict. The plot revolves around two brothers whose once unbreakable friendship is damaged by greed, deception, and a series of premeditated acts that spiral out of control, causing devastation in their wake. The older brother, a successful lawyer, is in the midst of a professional and emotional crisis when his younger sibling, motivated by bitterness and a sense of injustice, devises a plan to ruin his life piece by piece. What begins as a simple argument about inheritance or a long-held grudge quickly escalates into an all-out war, with legal maneuvering, destroyed relationships, and emotional manipulation serving as the primary weapons. The lawyer, used to fighting battles in the courtroom, is unprepared for the psychological warfare waged by his own flesh and blood, and as the confrontation escalates, both brothers cross lines they never expected to, resulting in lasting damage. The gathering, which was originally intended as an opportunity to mend ties, becomes the setting for a well-planned sabotage, with secrets revealed and alliances dissolved in a single, explosive confrontation. The younger brother, who may have been unnoticed or unappreciated for years, seizes the chance to attack when his sibling is at his most vulnerable, using personal and professional connections to undermine his reputation and stability. Meanwhile, the lawyer, anxious to save his image and livelihood, sends out an SOS to colleagues and acquaintances, only to realize that trust is a fragile commodity when lies have been sowed so well. The brothers, who were once inseparable, now stand on opposing sides of a chasm so wide that reconciliation appears impossible, their acts motivated by a toxic mix of pride, vengeance, and unresolved anguish. The legal implications of their quarrel spread far and wide, affecting customers, partners, and innocent bystanders caught in the crossfire, as lawsuits are filed, careers are compromised, and the truth is sacrificed in the quest for supremacy. The younger brother's techniques become increasingly vicious, crossing ethical and moral lines, while the lawyer, pushed to his limits, retaliates with equal vehemence, forsaking the principles he once supported in his pursuit of justice. The meeting, intended to be a time of reconciliation, instead serves as the impetus for their final, destructive battle, with both brothers unwilling to back down, each sure of their own righteousness. The consequences are catastrophic, familial ties are cut, career lives are destroyed, and the emotional toll is incalculable, leaving both men wounded in ways they never expected. The story serves as a warning about the risks of unrestrained hatred and the high cost of retribution, demonstrating how even the most intimate relationships can be shattered when ego and bitterness take over. The lawyer, once a cornerstone of his community, is forced to deal with the consequences of his actions, pondering whether victory was worth the cost, whereas the younger brother, having accomplished his purpose of bringing his sister down, finds no satisfaction in his win, only emptiness. Their shared history, once a source of strength, has become a bitter reminder of what they have lost, and the scars may never entirely heal. The legal fights may eventually be resolved, but the scars remain as a witness to the destructive power of a conflict gone too far. Finally, Lawyers SOS, Sabotaged Reunion, and Two Broken Brothers Go Too Far is a sobering investigation of how far people can go when pushed to their limitations, and how the very relationships that are supposed to protect and maintain us may become our downfall. The brothers' path from togetherness to hatred is a terrible picture of the human propensity for both love and devastation, and their story makes readers wonder if any grievance is worth the price they paid. The legal complexity, personal betrayals, and emotional misery all combine to produce a story that is as captivating as it is devastating, a reminder that some lines can never be crossed again, and some wounds will never completely heal. The lawyer's desperate screams for help go unanswered, the reunion turns into a struggle, and the brothers, who were once each other's protectors, become each other's destruction, leaving a legacy of caution and regret. The story is a compelling examination of the limitations of forgiveness and the implications of allowing anger to drive one's actions, reflecting how families can both build and destroy, often in the same breath. The brothers' demise has a far-reaching impact on everyone around them, serving as a reminder that no conflict occurs in isolation, and the collateral damage can be far greater than either party ever intended. The lawyer's legal knowledge cannot protect him from his brother's emotional warfare, and the younger sibling's cleverness cannot fill the vacuum left by the death of his only brother. Their story is one of sad inevitability, a slow-motion collision that could have been averted but for pride and stubbornness, leaving readers wondering if there was another way, or if the schism between them was always destined to culminate in disaster. The legal tactics, ruined relationships, and broken trust are all chapters in a bigger drama about the cost of division and the fragility of human connections, one that lingers long after the last act has concluded. In the hush that follows their conflict, the brothers are left with only echoes of what once was, a chilling reminder of how far they've fallen and how insignificant their wins now are. The lawyer's SOS is more than simply a cry for professional salvation, it is also an unconscious appeal for the brother he has lost, and the ruined reunion represents the love and trust that can never be regained. The two damaged brothers, each in their own way, have gone too far and, as a result, lost everything that truly matters. Their story is a tribute to the destructive force of unresolved conflict, as well as a warning to anyone who would allow wrath and pride to drive their actions, for the road they've walked is one of no return, and the price they've paid can never be returned. The legal battles may fade from memory, and professional reputations may be rebuilt, but the bond between brothers, once shattered, can never be fully restored, leaving their story as one of the most poignant and tragic of all, a story of how love can turn to hatred, and how family, the very foundation of our lives, can become the source of our greatest sorrow.